to game 2, a Zerg vs Zerg on Athena.
Totally different from what we had planned originally. I think, yes, it is a Zerg. It looks like Meat was a substitute, and he is not Terran, he is Zerg. The original player was Terran. Doesn't matter. Meat is the yellow Zerg here at the 6 o'clock location. We've got the player Freaky X, the white Zerg at the top right. Any insights on Zerg versus Zerg on Athena? I believe I actually was preparing for a matchup for this a long time ago, and I remember just trying out a lot of different builds, but let's give it to the expert here. Well, what would you predict here?
Well, actually, I'm curious what your opinions are on what you liked and didn't like for whatever reasons, because I have my own set of things to say. But
yeah, absolutely. I think on Athena, I was looking at how the expansion was pretty darn wide. I think I was just thinking 3-player map. I was just going to go for a 9-pool. That's after trying some more expansionist builds, but you know, like, obviously nowadays it seems that 12-pool into expansion seems to work well. I mean, I suck personally, so I mean, I can't defend that well against a 9-pool myself, but I'm sure people with a lot more practice under their belts can do that. I mean, I was I think it might have been against Chill, actually. I don't know. That was an interesting series, of course, but it was fun. Anyway, let's see what the yellow Zerg does here. Freaky's going for it looks like a 9 gas. Is he going to cancel it? No, he is going to go for that gas first build. And interesting enough, we got ourselves a gas first here from the yellow Zerg, Meat.
yeah, this really is a build that's so versatile on all the maps. By the way, I'm assuming that both of them are going 9 gas after Overlord, 11 pool, because it's just a heavy Mutalisk-oriented build, and you know, obviously by getting all your getting your gas so quickly, you always stay ahead in terms of Mutalisks.
Not
it's a little weird. Freaky only has 1 in gas.
And Meat doesn't have a pool yet. It's interesting. He is really building up his... Alright, there is pool, finally. Put it down. But that's going to be interesting. We're going to see whether he should be able to defend against this gas first 11 pool, like you were saying. Yeah, and he will have more gas, but that's very interesting. It's very interesting.
It baffles me as to why Freaky didn't put 3 in gas. He had 1 in gas, and now it looks like he has 2 in gas. Wow. Why you would get gas that quickly and then not use it is pretty bad in this matchup. Because what's really interesting about Zerg vs Zerg is the way the decisions are important or unimportant. Oh, by the way, do you know how to turn off the messaging of the players in this replay?
I will actually try. I don't believe there it is possible though. I've never seen that before. So if it's out there, I mean, I don't think so. Anyway, yeah, let's just keep commentating on this. Looks like we got a lair here coming up from Freaky here. Freaky's also putting in a second hatchery. Let's quickly check out what the other Zerg players doing. Meat putting down a creep colony. Interesting. And why would you figure that?
Yeah, this is, again, this really standard, really versatile build for Zerg. You go 9 gas, 11 pool, and again, it's a Mutalisk-oriented build, clearly, since you're getting gas so quickly, and you can end up getting this second hatchery pretty quickly as well, so that way when your Spire finishes, you can make 6 Mutalisks. In order to do that, you need to make a pretty substantial amount of drones, so that's why a lot of players just get the Sunken Colony blind. Without scouting, they just get it. Which ends up being okay, because since your build is geared towards Mutalisks, you're not too concerned with the extra expenditure of that gas, or of those minerals. And in fact, it's actually pretty necessary to get that, because you die so much. But I really dislike this placement by Meat. I mean, if you look, the gas is not defended, the edge of the pool is not defended. Really, the only thing that Sunken Colony protects is the second hatchery. And, I mean, this is the reason why you get the Sunken Colony so fast, is so that you can defend the extractor by placing it well, and you can defend the pool. And now he's going to lose his gas. I'm going to say a PO, G, because he's so shocked. Yeah, that's a really rough situation to be in. And now he's going to have to spend all this extra larva and money on Lings, which is just not what he wants to do. So right now, tactically, I would definitely put white at the advantage, clearly. I mean...
And by the way, we got a little more information here, more detailed information. Freaky, and both of them actually are evidently about B rank on iCup. Very interesting. So they both are, like you're saying, going for more advanced builds. Meat Post or Meaty hails from Caltech, so he drinks from Firehose, and Freaky is from McGill, so he's Canadian, or just just wants to go to Canada and freeze and drink early. Anyway, we've got ourselves Spires about the same timing, but I think, you know, what do you think about the extra gas? Do you think it's going to come to a factor? We got 600 gas for the yellow Zerg here, but obviously he doesn't have an extractor yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's purely coincidental that his gas is that far ahead, because that was an absolutely horrendous mistake by Freaky to get his gas that early and then to not use it. There's no timing or logic that I can think of that would ever justify doing that. I mean, you can see right now, this is... Pretend for a moment that he didn't lose his gas twice. If you look at this timing, this hatchery now has 3 larvae making Mutalisks, both his lair and his second hatch. That is what makes this build so nice, is that you're clearly ahead on gas by going 9 gas, and because of this timing, even with the Sunken Colony, you can still get 6 Mutalisks out very, very quickly. So I really do like this build a lot. It's very easy to do. All you really need is a ramp, I would say. And even then, sometimes not. It's just a very, very, very strong, versatile build. So right now, it looks like White is going to be sacrificing a few Lings for no reason.
Well, I mean,
he managed to get him out.
Yeah, he did. We're going to see what White does. Freaky is looking like, well, he's got his Lings bunched up. He's got his Mutalisk clumped pretty nicely, although it looks like he's being a little bit passive-aggressive here. He's going to wait a little bit, I guess, until he feels like he has that big ball advantage. Notice, interesting enough, neither player's built any Scourge just yet. What would you say about that, actually, among foreigners? Would you say they build less or more Scourge, and for what reasons?
I don't know if that necessarily has to do anything with the foreigners so much. I guess probably to actually answer your question, I think foreigners do just sort of mess up with Scourge. They get either too many too early, and then they get sniped by players with good controls, or they end up getting none later on, just overvaluing Mutalisks. And a lot of times you get a predominance of Scourge because, Scourge, because you expand too early, and forget what I have to say about Scourge.
Yeah.
Yellow is dropping Mutalisks. Oh my god, White has far more Mutalisks, and there's an... Oh, he left the Mutalisk to the side! Ugh.
Oh wow, that's painful to watch, but that's what happens if you lose your extractor twice. I mean, it's difficult. There we go. There's GG coming from Meatpost, and Meatpost looks like, yeah, I mean, just a tough break for him. Looks like he's gonna have to go back to studying some advanced physics, which is cool, by the way. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, probably knows more physics than anybody in the world.
Who doesn't like physics?